Hey guys, welcome back to the video. Alright guys, I just want to go over this beehive with whoever's building one, just to maybe help them out, maybe assist them on building it so there's not too many questions, because like I said, the directions for this beehive are very vague. It doesn't show you which screws go where or how many screws to use or anything like that. So I'm just going to tell you what I did, guys. I went and I added extra stuff. I went and order these latches off the tops, just keep it together, so just in case any kind of animals would not knock the top off and be able to get inside of it. I also ordered some more inch and a half screws, wood screws for it too, because screws that they gave, they just weren't enough. I wanted to add a little bit extra. So with that being said, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and we'll go ahead and get started. Alright guys, so here's the roof. Like I said, it doesn't really show you, but as you can see here, the top one here, it has this rounded edge right here, and you know that this is the last piece here. All the other ones have like a little a notch for the next one to fit up under it. Doesn't have this large piece here, so basically that's where they go. And then also the bag of small screws, the smaller screws used for the top up here, and then we used the extra ones that I bought, the 1.5 for this for the sides up here. The high flow hives, this one does come with the high flow hives and the tool to open it. This one here, like I said, I will put the price for this one in there. I'll put the price for the this is the generic one. I'll put the price for the other high flow hives on it as well. But they go on the second box up. This is where all the honey goes. This piece here is used to hold, there's a wooden piece right here. It goes up on the top. That goes like that, and like I said, the screen goes on the top, and then the roof goes on. But like I said, just you can put this screw anywhere, but like I said, I just put it to where it's able to hold both either side closed, and that's where you would hook all your things up to your high flow hives, for your drains and everything else. And like I said, then your tool would go up in here. You'd be able to crack them open and then put your jars or wherever you're going to do with that. This one here, from the picture on there, it looks like it has a thing where this, a bracket where this thing sits like this. So I still got to figure out some kind of system here where I'm going to be able to put the jars at, so I can have the honey drain into that. So that's the top. Also, when you're building these, guys, I used wood glue on each one of these pieces here in between there, and then like I said, I used 2 screws here, because this one here you don't want to screw that into it, because it's got to come in and out. And I guess like I said, I used 2 screws over here. Same thing with these over here, guys. When you screw these on there, you want to make sure that you have enough room to get the door off. Leave it like that. Yeah, make sure you have enough room to get the door off so you can go inside. You can see the side of the honey. You can see how full, you can kind of see how full they are. These are like a little inspection doors. Like I said, and then these here, like I said, I added these. I will put these in the description, but these are self-adjusting. You can make this as tight or as loose as you would like. So this is the back of it. It's like there's nothing there. The bottom box here, this is where I did all the extra screws. Like I said, wood glue all down through both seams here, and I just put a screw in between each one here, and I used a drill bit and drilled a pilot hole so nothing split. And I also used a wooden mallet to drive them together, and I didn't force anything. It says to use a wood file, if something's not going together, because you don't want to force it together, have it crack, break, or split. So like I said, but like I said, I'll put the link in the description. 1.5 wood screws. Like I said, I used the ones that they came with it, but I ran out for the rest of the box. Like I said, I had to go get more wood screws. It does come with, I believe it was 8. They're probably 2-inch or 2.5-inch wood screws. And that's the one that I used to screw this bottom piece here, the very bottom of it. It's this big lip on it here. And it already has pre-drilled holes in the bottom of it. But like I said, the directions, they don't show you where any of the screws go or anything else, so you're kind of just guessing. So that's where I stuck that. Also, let me go ahead, I'll take this top off. There are some other things that you're going to have to buy for the hive. Alright guys, so this piece here, you got to take this off. This comes with it. This keeps the queen from going, up into the honey, where the honey is, so she doesn't lay any eggs up there. These frames here, wooden frames. These though we had to buy. And I will put these in the description as well. These do not come with this. You know, if you don't buy these screens, you would probably have to wait for the bees to build their own honeycomb and build everything else. So if you buy these frames, that would just give them a head start on something to build on, instead of them going around and just collecting and making their own. So this is where the bees live. They live in the bottom of the box. And like I said, then you put the other screen on. The bees come up, the worker bees come up, and they put the honey into the high flow cones. So but that's pretty much it, guys. And then this one here does come with little wooden nails here. It's just basically one in each corner. This is pretty easy to put together, but it's 10 frames. But if you don't want 10 frames, you can order, you know, there's other frames only. You can order 6 or whatever, how many ever you're going to need. And they said they weren't too expensive. But alright guys, the only thing I wanted to go over with you, it says in the directions you can paint the outside of it, or you can use stain or whatever to protect the outside of it from weathering or whatnot, but just a little bit. But anyway, you just don't want to do the inside of the box where the bees live. So just keep that in mind when you're if you are going to paint yours or do whatever you're going to do to it. Just make sure you're not doing the inside of it, and make sure that it's not the products you're using aren't going to hurt the bees, because you don't want to do that either. But with that being said, guys, I want to say thanks, God bless, and just have a great day. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Matthew 29:19. Alright guys, I know it can be a little daunting sometimes to go and share your faith with someone when I know that you don't do it a lot, or you haven't really done it. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get sharing it with people. But I just pray that if you haven't heard the word or don't know the word, I pray that you would just seek Jesus, read his word, talk to someone, join a local church, and just get to know him. But that's it, guys. I wanted to say thanks and God bless. Have a great day.